It's getting in your breathing area. So you want that professionally handled if that's the issue. And then obviously if you would have our systems in there, that it wouldn't be any mold growth. We can contain that. But if you already have a situation, that's very serious. Get it taken care of.
Attached to the particles, then if there are airborne particles that are kind of floating around, what happened to those airborne particles, as opposed to some of the other filtration systems, like the air actually comes through the unit and it blocks it at the filter. So what happens with your
depending on the amount of pollution in the home, because every home is different. Some homes they may burn wood, maybe there's a smoker, maybe there's 2 dogs, maybe there's 3 cats, whatever the situation is. I always say the more pollution, the more purification. But what it does is, remember how we talked about that particle on a sunny day, and it's kind of that house dust. It's just kind of floating around. We call it house dust. So you bring our systems in and you plug it in. All of a sudden, you see that dropping down, and you actually think it's making dust, Trevor. It's kind of like after a big old thunderstorm, rainstorm, it drops all the dust out of the air, and you walk outside, you're like, oh man, this is really nice, clean air. Most of the particles on the ground. So the thing is I'll say, look, you're going to have particle, and you want to, once it drops down, and every home is different. It could be 24 hours, it could be a week, depending on the amount of pollution that's in the home and being created in the home. But as it comes down, you're going to dust it, but your dusting is going to cut down tremendously. Okay. And if you have a window open, whatever pollution or dust that's coming in, it's going to kind of drop in that windowsill, because we kind of almost set up a barrier within your home of clean, purified air and ions, so that when the particle comes in, it's going to drop at the windowsill. If you come in from grocery shopping and the person in front of you, has RSV, and you happen to get that bacteria, or that virus on your shirt, you come home with that, you come home into your active, pure home environment, 1 minute it's dead.